Hello and welcome to the winners interviews of the 2020 Buy-Side Technology Awards. I'm happy to have with me today Mike Hutner, who is Senior Vice President and General Manager of SS&C Eze. Now, the firm won the Best OMS category in this year's BST Awards, a category that has traditionally been one of the most competitive of all 36 on offer. Welcome, Mike, and thanks for making the time to be with me today.
Victor, thanks for having me. I'm very excited to be here as well. Looking forward to our discussion.
Good. Okay, so as I mentioned at the top of this interview, SS&C Eze won the Best OMS category in this year's BST Awards, thanks to its Eze OMS platform, right? So, Mike, I understand that it's been a hectic, crazy, but very productive past 12 months. Can you talk me through some of the enhancements that have been made to the platform? And what end users are benefiting from right now as a result of the last 12 months with SS&C Eze?
Yeah, that's a great question, Victor. We really strive to focus on delivering solutions that meet the demands and needs of our clients and the broader market. And client feedback plays an integral role in that process. We really look to get feedback from our clients, and then we put that into our roadmap and the features that we deliver.
Right.
Specifically, the industry has known us to be exceptional, really, at hedge funds and at equities over the last 25 years that we've been in business. But they really don't realize how much we've done both outside of hedge funds. We cater to asset managers. We have hundreds of asset managers that use our system. And we've also have 47% of our OMS clients using us to trade fixed income and non-equity products as well. So we've been really strong at that just over the last many years, but we had a reputation in the other areas. I'd say that over the last 12 months, what we've really tried to do is bolster that fixed income coverage, which includes improvements for analytics around that, enhancements to market data integrations, and automation and of starter day calculations that we get from those different places. We've definitely seen firms looking at trying to move to a single cross-asset platform and away from best-of-breed individual platforms as well. So that's been a big initiative for us. We actually made it a top 5 growth initiative for the company, which was to focus on fixed income. In addition to that, we've also improved our advanced trading capabilities. We introduced an automated trading module, an EMS algo wheel, really just to make things more efficient for our traders, less clicks, less things for them to do there. And we've also just really continued to focus on delivering that smoother, more efficient workflows across all different parts of that OMS, which includes expanding our investment rules library, modeling improvements, and all of that really has led to just increasing the speed and efficiency in which people use our products.
Mm-hmm. Good. Okay. Now, Mike, it goes without saying that 2020 has been a tough year for all market participants for obvious reasons. We don't need to go into those. But what, if any, silver linings have you noticed over the course of the last 12 months? So with respect to kind of maybe trends that have emerged that perhaps you hadn't anticipated, are there any kind of things that you look back now? We're at the end of 2020, thank goodness. Looking back over the last 12 months, what have been the kind of the highlights and possibly the good bits of 2020 for a company like SS&C Eze?
Yeah, so I'd say it's a few things. Obviously, it's been a challenging year for everyone. We've actually had quite a good year this year, and a number of our clients have as well. I would say in terms of investment returns, many of our clients have had a very good year, and even recent reports have shown that November was one of the best months for hedge funds in a very long time. I think that hedge funds in general are well positioned going into 2021 to show and that proven value they created in a more volatile market. In general, that has led to also what I've witnessed is more startups in the area as well, which I think goes against some other previous reporting out there. But we specifically have seen a lot of hedge fund startups, a lot throughout the year, increasing in speed near the end of the year and actually picking up going into next year as well. So I think you're going to see a lot of firms taking advantage of the market volatility to jump in, create a new firm, and try to have those same really excellent returns that we've seen a lot of our clients have this year as well. One of the biggest surprises, though, I would say, has been the improved collaboration with our clients during this this period. So frankly, because we've eliminated that challenge of coordinating, on-site face-to-face meetings, really everyone's embracing video conferencing. We're able to connect with clients more easily, and we're actually getting to more higher level key stakeholders, more C-level people, senior leadership, because it's just easier. It breaks down those barriers to get them into those conversations. And what that's led to is we're having deeper, richer, more productive discussions with those senior people, and we can take that information back and put that into both our product roadmap, and it allows us to make adjustments to things just quicker, whether it be from a client service perspective or from a product perspective.
Yeah.
More personally speaking, it's also been rewarding to see that those stresses over the past year have really been a validation of our products, our service, and our entire team at SS&C and Eze. We've invested more than $40 million in our products and platforms this year, which includes 9 updates to that Eze investment suite, including the OMS, as well as adding weekly updates to our Eze Eclipse platform. We've refined and increased the optimization of our model following a time which we saw record trading volume. So there's a lot of trading volume this year, a lot that we've actually been doing to invest in our products so that we could handle that well. And I think we actually did, frankly, amazing during this period, and really stood strong with our clients as they were trading in these volatile markets. And really, at the end of the day, it was our employees that continued to showcase their flexibility, agility, and creativity to just perform well throughout this work trying year.
Yeah. An additional question, Mike, about 2020 from me is just, have you noticed the sales cycle being extended, or is it contracting at all? I've heard from a number of people in the industry, and they said that actually the whole video conferencing and the virtual proof of concept and all that sort of stuff, actually it's gone pretty seamlessly, and they've signed big deals. They've actually done implementations, and what they anticipated, the roadblocks along the way that they had anticipated, actually never really materialized, and everybody just got on with it, and it's been business as usual, even though it's everybody's been operating from in a virtual environment.
Yeah, I would agree with all of that. It really has been easier. We don't have to. You just take the simple thing. We don't have to travel to get to somewhere in the middle of the United States or in the middle of Europe. We don't need to go there. And that was trying at the very beginning, where we were trying to see if we should make that trip, and then we might have to reschedule something because of that. But once people really embrace that video conferencing and ability to really dive into a complex product via remotely, it started to move along. I would say there were maybe the one challenge earlier in the year that kind of dissipated as the year went on was existing clients taking on new features, and even if it was simple to roll out and it was auto rolled out, just really changing workflows. Initially, they were a little slower to adopt those new changes because they didn't want to learn something new. They were at home. It was something that didn't, but all of our products really are hosted via the cloud. So it wasn't like it was a challenge in getting them the features. It was really, did they want to adopt it when they didn't have someone there next to them showing them something? But again, video conferencing, just once they got used to it more, it allowed us to do more there as well. But our sales cycles, I would say, didn't really slow down. And the only thing that was probably a challenge, and I would say this earlier in the year too, is around due diligence and whether hedge funds were getting investments from outside places because they couldn't show up. But I think there was a lot of creativity and stories I heard around that allowed that to happen, and allowed it to happen in a more unique fashion to help our clients grow and continue along also.
Good. Okay, Mike, let's chat a little bit about the buy side and the clients that you typically, as a business, you're speaking to on a day-to-day basis. What are you hearing right now in terms of, or what are they demanding in terms of new features and functionality, and also asking for additional support around? So I suppose to phrase the question slightly differently, what are their particular pain points right now that you are hearing from your buy-side clients, and how is SS&C as a business going about addressing those challenges?
Yeah, so I think the first thing that's really at the forefront of everyone's minds is security. Everything's being done via the cloud, everything's being done, remotely, and they want to make sure, that they fully understand, how secure are our products and how do we ensure that they're very secure. And investors in our asset managers, are really wanting to understand what are the vulnerabilities, what's the risk, for both from an operational and technology, perspective. We take that very seriously, and that's really why we have, frankly, used the gold standard of third-party certifications, and we are ISO 27001 recertified again this year, and that includes controls for ISO 27017 and 27018, which is cloud security and cloud privacy, both for our investment suite products and our Eclipse module. So that's really, people ask about that all the time, and it's probably the first thing they want to know and the last thing they want to know about, have you done this? And that kind of erases any doubts, because that's one of the more expensive things you can do, because it goes across and permeates the entire organization and the products in terms of what are the processes and protocols you put in place to make sure that you are certifying that you are risk and safe.
Okay.
In addition to that, I'll add,
sorry.
there's more demand for mobility. So, people want both the products they're getting to be delivered via the cloud, which is really the only way all of our products are frankly delivered, taken, whether it be private cloud or public cloud. Right. People are taking it both ways, as well as we're seeing a lot of excitement. We released a new product, our Eze mobile product, or a mobile application, that will allow clients to go onto Google App Store or the Apple App Store, and they can get on there and download that app and then utilize those functions. We launched it, powering it based on our Eclipse cloud architecture, but it's going to be used across all of our products. So and that's exciting for us as well. And then the last thing I would say is clients have been asking about really more modernizing the technology. And as they're working from home and they're more operational from that, they do want to make sure that they're staying current on the product. And so we release our products on a regular basis, whether it be weekly or every 6 weeks, depending on what products you're using. And it can also be, we've been really focusing on how can we implement our products quickly and get those features out to clients in this more remote environment. And we've done a lot of work on that. And that's what they've been asking for, and that's what we've been delivering.
Good. Okay, Mike, I suppose the corollary of that question is, let's look forward to 2021. What does the business have in store for its clients going forward into 2021? And also a kind of a personal question, specifically, what are you anticipating as being the kind of the key drivers of the global investment management industry going into 2021?
Yeah, so I think I'll take the first thing in terms of like what we're doing. So folks really look at our Eze OMS as the hub of their investment ecosystem. So our focus has really been on continuing to improve the integrations of our product with the rest of the ecosystem, and that includes expanding our asset class coverage, maintaining that top-notch security that I talked about earlier, but also starting to look at and leveraging the FDC3 protocol, which really allows you to do different and deeper integrations with third-party products, as well as with other products across our SS&C suite of tools as well. So we look at ourselves as the central kind of point to that ecosystem, and we just need to make sure that we are as tightly coupled with everything. That includes more enhanced APIs and better, speaking to all different products, as well as that FDC3 protocol that we're looking at out there. Or again, everything I talked about before, we're going to continue, which is making our products simpler to use, easier, automated trading and compliance. I would say continue to be of peak interest to our clients out there. So we're going to be delivering some new features to our clients. And the other thing, and I think this is sometimes underrated out there, but is our focus on delivering great service with our products as well. We've rolled out new tools just at the end of this year to how we manage the client relationship. And that's internally, just so that we can be better about getting to know our clients meeting more of those people, and frankly, take advantage of the fact that we've had this opportunity to meet them more deeply with these video conferencing with the people that we don't really get to have regular conversations with. We're now having more of those as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Give me an idea about what do you think? What are the big things that you're looking forward to for 2021?
Yeah, I think what I'm looking forward to is at some point getting out there on the road to visit clients in all parts of our globe. So I look forward to getting back to visiting our clients in Asia, visiting our clients in Europe, visiting our
Yeah.
clients there. So I'm hoping in the second half, I would say possibly of the year, that becomes more of a possibility.
Yeah.
And I also think that what we're going to see is some interesting things happen with the vaccinations once they start to pick up and people start to like that. I think the news on that will continue. My hope is and view is that it'll continue the prosperity that we're having in the market, and that
Yeah.
clients will continue to invest in and take it. I do think there's going to be some unknowns that pop up, which will create again volatility. And for our hedge fund clients, that should be really another moment for them to kind of show how they
Yeah.
can perform well when things are going up and down.
Yeah, but before I let you go, Mike, let
Yeah,
me ask you one more question, and that
sure.
is SS&C Eze as a business, is it in a better place now at the end of 2020 as compared to when it was at the start of 2020, in the sense that is it more as a business more flexible, more resilient, more um, resourceful, perhaps, in terms of the way it works on a day-to-day basis. People being no longer going into a central hub like an office, for example, people working remotely, people communicating, people collaborating, etc. Are you happy that SSCS is in a good place?
Yeah, so the quick answer is yes. The longer, more detailed answer is we've all learned something, and we've all learned a lot through this. And one
Yeah,
of those has just been, what, working remotely really was not a blip in the road. It was, there are things that, certainly you have to adapt to, and there's other stresses, and there's less things where people aren't having their commute. So maybe they don't have that decompression time, and they've got to figure
yeah,
out different ways to do that when they're at home. But all of our employees, I think, have gotten stronger and better for this. And I
yeah,
also believe that it is going to get everyone thinking about, hey, do we need, do we need to be going into the office as much? Can we do things more collaboratively? One thing I would even say is it really leveled the playing field when you have offices in all around the globe. So typically, if you had 5 people, let's say in the US office, 1 person in Europe, 1 person in Asia, well, that person in Europe and Asia, they were either on the phone or, maybe luckily on a video conference, but they weren't really on the same playing field. Now, when everyone's at home, you're all on that same playing field, and you're all working
yeah,
together, and you all have that same airtime. So I
yeah.
think it really has helped us work together better and hear the different viewpoints from everyone across the globe on our team.
Good, good. Okay, that's a great point to end our conversation, Mike. Thanks again for making the time for today's discussion. I hope that you have the opportunity to get some good decompression time away from the office during this holiday period. And I hope you have a good final few days of 2020 and a very happy and prosperous 2021. I look forward to catching up with you on the other side of this year.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, Victor, too. And
Okay.
all the same to you. Help you end the year very well and have a great start to the new year.
Thanks very much.
Yeah.
Cheers, Mike.
Cheers.